Have you ever considered the power of punctuation? What do I mean by that? Every single language, scripture, writing, they all have punctuation in them. Without them, we don't take a breath. We don't pause. We don't reflect. So, how powerful is punctuation in your life, in your current challenges, in your current stress? How are you using the power of punctuation, and how can you use the power of punctuation in your life to create some relief? It's Amajot here with your shot of stress relief today, and it's about the power of punctuation. I was inspired this morning by some meditation that I did on the Calm app. If you haven't tried it before, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I use it from time to time. I have so many different modalities that I use for myself to help me feel nourished, to help me boost my resilience every single day. And I will go day by day depending on what feels good for me. But I will always choose to do something every day, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes. What do I need to take that time out for myself, or to get back into myself, to ground myself, to feel connected to my body again? And yeah, sometimes that needs to be more than other times, and sometimes it needs to be multiple times a day, but I get to choose what I want, and so do you. You get to choose what your form of stress relief, of helping yourself feel better, of grounding yourself, you get to choose those things. And who says it has to be one thing? If it is one thing, then great. If it's not, then cool too. I digress. My point is, today I chose to do a meditation on the Calm app, and it was talking about pausing. And it reminded me how powerful it is to pause, to take that punctuation, to take that breath, if you think about a comma in a sentence, it's there to help you take a breath before you read on. So where could you put commas in your life? Where could you take a breath before you do the next thing? And it reminds me that the more commas we can put in, the more punctuation, the more full stops, the more punctuation that we can put into each element of our day, of our life, of everything that's happening, the more we will start to create more relief over time. And what by that I mean, if I think back to my own real examples, and I had a great reminder of this yesterday. If I think back to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago, and I'd never made time to reflect. I never made time to stop and reflect. And guess what I used to do is this. I would, people would say this to me. Why don't you take some time to reflect on what's going on, and take some time to just sit back rather than going non-stop? So I'd be like, okay, let me do that. And so I would put in pockets of time in my calendar at work where I'd put reflection time. And sometimes that'd be on a Friday afternoon. Did I ever do anything about it? No, because I didn't know what that meant. And so I'd put in those reflection time slots for myself, and then I would overwrite them with meetings, or I would just forget they were there, or I'd ignore the reminders that came up because I didn't know what they were. And I think, and that's come to me over time. That doesn't have to be the same for you. There's so much help out there to create relief right now. And something happened yesterday that reminded me how much I've moved on from that, because I have employed daily tools for myself to help me through, and over time I have made progress. And so yesterday I got a phone call saying that I hadn't paid for something that I was supposed to pay for. It's a big payment. I thought it was due in August. It was due yesterday. I was overdue with it, and I was like, oh, okay. No heart palpitations, no red in the face, no no giving myself a hard time. Oh my God, how could I have forgotten to pay for something so big? It was like, okay. And even when the other person said to me, but it's kind of written on your agreement, you should have known this. And it was like, yeah, but I didn't. I'll do it now. Okay, you can do it now. And so I did it now. And I set myself up going forward, and it was done. And that was it. There was no drama. There was no giving myself a hard time. There was no nothing. And it reminded me how resilient I felt in that situation, and it was automatic. And so I am telling you this for a reason, that these pockets of stress relief you create yourself, these moments where you pause for punctuation, where you take time to breathe, to take 5 minutes out for yourself, to have that cup of tea, to take that exercise even if you don't feel like it, to choose that healthier physical, mental, emotional option for yourself, it will build up over time and you will see the change. I promise you, you will see the change if you commit to that just one moment. If you commit to that punctuation, that comma in the rest of your day, where do you want to put the commas? Where do you want to take a breath right now or in the next hour? Choose that space. Choose that comma, choose that full stop, choose that change in paragraph consciously, and ask yourself, what do I want to help myself with in that moment? What do I take that breath for? And then move forward. It will make a difference over time. Change does not happen overnight. The same way that your gym results don't happen overnight, or your exercise results, or your health results, or how your relationship deepens with other people, it doesn't happen overnight. The same goes for stress relief. It will come. Stress relief can be instant. The commitment can be instant in the moment. The resilience, the changing automatically how you respond to things happens over time, and it will happen. It will happen. So I hope that's useful for you. Let me know how you get on with your punctuation. Stay curious. I'm staying curious this week. I still don't know. There's loads that I don't know. I'm staying curious, and I hope this is useful. Speak to you soon. Bye.